Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello, we can hear you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, so what we have to do?
We will start the session in a few minutes.
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah.
Hello, Raghavendra here. I just joined the this Zoom.
Yes, sir, there's some more students joining in. We will start in a few minutes.
Sure. Who is speaking?
So this is Gauri here from Rare Minds.
Okay.
Welcome to Rare Minds. We are a management consulting and career management firm. We are providing a pre-employment learning program for graduating students from colleges to cater to the needs of different industries, to close in skill gaps and add innovative skills. At the end of the program, we arrange interviews for students to help start careers. We help you to improve your professional skills to achieve your goals. We are also providing you stream-specific courses which will enhance your knowledge and give you practical experience. We are providing corporate trainings as well. Join our webinars and subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos. You can get the channel link in the video description. We are happy to help you.
Hello. Right. I hope everyone can hear me. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Thank you so much.
You are audible.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So welcome to everybody here. A great afternoon to all. Thank you all for being here with us. So yes, we are Rare Minds, and we conduct group discussions every day from 3 to 5. So group discussion is an important tool in the selection process for freshers. And we look at having group discussions with topics, 4 different topics, and usually 6 to 10 candidates is what is conducted with. And the time limit for each topic is 15 minutes. So each participant has to give his or her views and about the topic in the discussion, and the mentors observe the full discussion. After that, after the time limit is over, they give the feedbacks for their improvement. So Rare Minds, an industry academia interface platform that offers twin solutions to empower students, bring out their potential, and in parallel partner with corporates for talent acquisition. And during COVID-19 has created the platform Gold, that is group online discussion. Gold is the platform made available to students every day from 3 to 5, that's from Monday to Saturday, to practice group discussion skills for free. Our CEO and founder, Dr. Subhashini Ramaswamy, has over 2 decades of experience in CXO and advisory roles for startups, a doctorate in education, and focus as a leader is on collaborating with other leaders to empower and build a learning city. Gold is one such platform made for students an opportunity to empower. We have with us every day, we have with us mentors who are there giving this tips and suggestions for all the students. So today we have with us Mr. Raghavendra NK. He is the founder and CEO of Sumadhva Technologies, a premier corporate training house on software testing based out of Bangalore. By profession, he is a corporate trainer on software testing for the last 16 years. In the past, he has worked for leading companies like Swiss Microwings, Comet Technologies, Siemens Information Systems Limited, and Big Tech Labs. He has led big teams in large MNCs before establishing Sumadhva Technologies in 2011. He has delivered training programs in India, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Sweden, and Netherlands. Sumadhva Technologies is predominantly a corporate training house dedicated to conducting training programs on emerging trends and technologies in the software testing area. Sumadhva Technologies has trained over 10,000 software testing professionals in the last 10 years of existence. It has developed SLIMS, a laboratory information services product, and has 100 installations. It has developed another niche product related to histopathology and is slated for market launch very soon. It also provides software testing services and manpower to companies. We welcome you, sir. If you would
Thank you.
students with a few words.
Thank you, Rishi. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So, and thank you all for being here with us as well. So some of the skills you will learn are managing stress, improving communications, presentation, public speaking. It's opportunity to show your leadership skills, showcase your natural interest to initiative, bring groups together. So I hope you all have a great time and have a wonderful learning to take back with you. So happy participation to all of you and happy learning. Good luck to everybody. So we move on to our group discussion. Like I said before, each topic will have 15 minutes time limit, and all the students, all the participants are requested to do the discussion to share their views within the 15 minutes, and also request you all to please turn on your videos while you speak so that there is a better evaluation given for you, even with respect to your body language and how you present yourself. Also, before any participant starts, please introduce yourself and introduce the college you're from. It will be really nice to start a discussion with that. Right, so good luck to all the participants. So moving on to our very first topic, that is changing relation between India and Bangladesh. So our topic is changing relation between India and Bangladesh. So we have the topic and some pointers in the chat for all of you to refer. Yeah. So you have the topic and the pointers for all of you to refer. Please go through and you can unmute yourself to start the discussion. Please don't wait for us to call out your names. If you have any technical problems, you can definitely call out for that. But unmute yourself and you can start the discussions. So good luck to everybody, and the time for the first topic starts now.
Yes, are they going to start or you want me to introduce?
So we can just wait a few minutes. So can we have any of the students start? So basically, for all the students who are participating here for the first time, the Gold platform is created just for you, so that you can have an experience of an online group discussions that happen. So we have other participants as well with us. So you can unmute yourself and share the points that you have, any points or views that you have, which is okay. Whether it is related or not related, because we have our mentors and we are here to support you all. So please don't hesitate and make sure you share your points, all of you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I'm Rajat Bhardwaj.
Thank you, Rajat, for turning on the video.
Yes, ma'am. I'm in fourth year, ma'am, pursuing my BTech from HMR ITM, IP University. And my branch is, ma'am, Electronics and Communication.
Okay.
So, ma'am, shall I start with the GD,
Yes,
ma'am?
please. Sure.
So, I'm discussing on the relations between India and Bangladesh. Ma'am, the discussion starts on the note, either we are talking about, ma'am, the relationship in the field of technology development, or we are talking in the field of some religious development which have been going through in the relation of India and Bangladesh. Ma'am, if we discuss on the field of technology, so there comes a point that India is much more developed than the Bangladesh. We can help Bangladesh in growing their technology and development, but the biggest issue in today's relation between India and Bangladesh comes a religious scenario. So because in today's time, either we are helping any country or we are taking any help from a country, especially a country like Bangladesh, it becomes important to match the religious scenario. Because in the today's time, after the NRC, CA citizenship bill, and after NRC, the relation between the India and some Islamic countries, sir, I think have fallen down. So it becomes important to first discuss the religious matter first, and then the development, which could help the relation between India and Bangladesh to grow up. So that's my point on the growing development in relations between India and Bangladesh.
Okay, that was a good start, Rajat. Thank you. Can we have the others add in points as well? Anybody who would like to question Rajat or add their pointers?
Feel free to express your opinions, and also, if you have a different opinion than the one which is provided, kindly, start off. Think of it as a mandatory thing to, participate. Then you will have an opinion.
Hello everyone, this is Vishal from Maharaja Institute of Technology from ECE branch. I agree with what Rajat said. And adding on to that, the relation between the India and Bangladesh started affecting after the amendment of the citizenship bill and national registration of the citizens as well. Since Bangladesh is not so developed compared to India, we can invest more and more in that country, in that infrastructure as well, so that we can gain more profits by investing in that countries. And also in the present scenario, China has started isolating India from their neighboring countries. It is helping Bangladesh as well by reducing the export tariffs in China for the Bangladesh products, so that people in China start purchasing Bangladesh products, so that Bangladesh economy will grow. So this has brought a slight deviation towards China for Bangladesh. So our country is getting isolated. So it is affecting the relationship of our neighboring countries as well. Yeah, that was my point regarding this.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Rishi, and currently I am pursuing my BTech in Computer Science and Engineering branch from third year, and from HMR Institute of Technology and Management. So I would like to add that we all know that India was the first country that recognized Bangladesh as a separate and independent state and established relation between it. And there are some diplomatic relations between India and Bangladesh that was, and it is after independence that in December 1971, the both countries are totally distinguished and not related to each other. And after that, there are some issues between them, so that the Indian Bangladesh relations are not so much cooperate to each other. And in addition to that, we all know that there are some regular high-level visits and exchanges between the two countries. So because of these exchanges, many more countries like Pakistan and Russia and China, there are more countries which try to break this relationship because of their own profit and benefits.
Any questions or views on Rishi's thoughts? So guys, this is a group discussion, and it would be really nice if you could just discuss about the topic. Of course, your pointers, what you say, your views are important, but it will be really nice if you could discuss, ask each other the questions, so that our mentor here can give you a better evaluation, in fact, on an individual term as well. Other participants, please feel free to unmute yourself, turn on your videos and speak. Can we have some more points and views?
If we take the point of China regarding the relationship between India and Bangladesh, it becomes important for us to take a note that India has been helping China from a very large time, from very at least 2000. But still, just because of China, Nepal has come to a point where it is being acted like an enemy to the India. So it becomes important for India to confront Nepal, confront China. But the problem with us is that China is more economically developed with us. It's at higher altitude than India. It has more manpower. Its economy is still better than India. So it has more power to control a neighboring countries like Pakistan, Nepal, and Bangladesh. So it becomes important for India to come together with Bangladesh at the same problem that we both are facing. Like terrorism could be a topic. We both are fighting terrorism. So if we fight terrorism together, this could be a point through which both the countries can come together.
Yeah, Rajat, I agree with what you said. We have to develop a very good relationship with the neighboring countries as well. That means you have to focus on the trade between the two countries. Why? Because Bangladesh has supported China in the Belt and Road Initiative, which was which was related to the trade of China. So it is slightly deviating towards that. We have to maintain a very good relationship with Bangladesh. Why? Because we share a land border with them, and the infiltration from the Bangladesh is also more into our country, which causes a loss for our country as well. So we have to maintain a good relationship, but it is not happening these days. We have to gain the trust of our neighboring countries. We should not lose them because it may cause a huge problem because we are not in a stage to fight each and everyone if they attack in different ways. Some country will attack to near the border, some through trade, like that. We have to maintain a very good relation, but
I
this is
agree.
not happening. We have to focus on that.
So Vishal, I agree with your point, but the point comes that the fight which started with the Pakistan has now turned into a fight between a religion. They are basically Islamic countries, and the point which is highlighted by the media is that a Hindu Rashtra is fighting against a Islamic country. So the same comes the case with the Bangladesh. If we want to be a good neighbor with the Bangladesh, so the problem will be that the media or some liberals will take out the point that we are supporting an Islamic country, and we might have to face the same, you could say, the same results that we are facing with the Pakistan. We had helped Pakistan. Pakistan, for me, is basically the same country as of Bangladesh. The only point is they have a large population. Their economy is better than Bangladesh. But the point comes that if we are ready to help Bangladesh, this point comes into the picture that we need to understand that it can't be a Hindu Rashtra versus Islamic Rashtra. People need to understand that in today's situation where China, which is not an Islamic country, is the biggest enemy for the India. So people need to understand that in case if we want to have a good tie with the Bangladesh, people need to understand the religion can't come into a picture. It should be trade, it should be development, and it should only be technology through which the both countries will be connected. But the reality is that today's politics or today's scenario doesn't allow us to come into tie with Bangladesh through technology development or economy. The only thing which comes in the picture is the religion, that it's Hindu Rashtra versus Islamic country. So that's the scenario that we need to change.
Yeah, Rajat, one of the main reason is religion as well, because after the citizenship amendment, relations started getting worse. But we have to change the mindset, and we have to look for the development and the well-being of each other. Yeah, we have to change the mindset of the people. That's the thing. That's the
But
key.
the biggest problem is that the political party, which has been trying to convert India or Hindu Rashtra, has more than 350 seats, which shows that people actually wants the country to be divided into a religious, point. Let it be a Islamic country, let a country be a Hindu country. So that becomes important to see that if a political party which started with one seat has come over to a 350 seat fighting over a issue of Hindu Rashtra, so does it make possible for us to go with Bangladesh on the basis of technology or development? That seems difficult for me, at least in the today's scenario, or for the next 10, 15 years. It seems difficult.
Yeah, Rajat, what I would like to add is that religion should not come because India is a secular country. It will respect everybody's opinion and everybody religion. But these days they are doing for the vote purpose, vote banking. So it should not happen. We the people have to understand regarding that and should choose our representative based on that and work
Hello
for the
everyone.
development.
Yes, 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 I agree with you, Shal.
Hello.
Yeah, Vidya sir.
Hello everyone. I am Vidya Sagar from Maharaja Institute of Technology, Mysuru. Yes, yeah, there is a significant changing in the relationship between the India and Bangladesh, as my friend said. Yeah, all this happened just after the what you call the infiltration of Rohingyas into the Bangladesh and India, where India headed or helped the what you call the refugees to return to their homeland, where to the Myanmar. So because they had the threaten or what you call the threat to our country, because we cannot keep the other side or in refugees as our city, we cannot consider them as a what you call the citizens of our country, because one or other day they will become the threat for this country only. So after amending the bill of CAA and NRC, which took a massive role in especially the eastern states where Tripura, Assam, where the major infiltrants has been erased all over these years. So this might be what you call this played a vital role, because in this changing relationship between India and Bangladesh. And one more important thing is that the river dispute, exactly, the Ganga river dispute, which arises in India and flows through the Bangladesh as Padma River. So this also what is called this is also leading to what you call the communication gap between these two countries, and as well as the another river which is one of the tributary of the Padma River, which will be what you call the supplying the major water resource for Tripura state. And again, this raises what you call the diplomatic issues between India and Bangladesh. And moreover, as the recent studies or as the recent news, the Bangladesh is able to is the only country or only country which is producing the Bixamos, which is the one of the medicine for giving to the patients of COVID-19. So all these are bringing out like much more like it is actively participating in the trade war between the India and Bangladesh, as well as it is also handling the India in a diplomatic way. So all these are contributing in a changing the relationship between us.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mansi. I'm from JSS, and I'm sorry my video is not working currently, so I'll just we just work with my audio. So I think India is not completely discriminating based on religion, because the fact that recently Bangladesh Prime Minister in 2019 has actually come down to India, and we have discussed. We have 7 pacts and 3 projects with them. So I think India and Bangladesh are actively working towards lifting each other. Like they want to come out of their least developed countries status, and India is willing to help with that. So I think when we talk about changing relations, before we might have had some clashes with Bangladesh, but now I feel like it is improving. So that is the point that I wanted to make.
Good afternoon to all. I am Nikita Singh from Tijon College. I totally agree with the points which Mansi mentioned, because I think the relationship between Bangladesh and India is quite improving from last few years, because other efforts than the pacts I wanted to mention is the boost connectivity overall through the BBI and motor vehicle agreement, and then the other things which happened, like the signing and the implementation of the framework of few agreements that happened for Teesta waters, and then for the Feni River project, something I have read about this in a newspaper. And there were so many other highlights of 2019 which actually help developing the relationship between Bangladesh and India. Thank you.
Yeah. So after hearing all the points, I came to the conclusion that in previous history, India's links with Bangladesh are civilizational, cultural, economic, and social. That means that they promote or they share common skills. That India helps to form East Bangladesh is previously known as East Pakistan. Then India separates it from East Pakistan to Bangladesh. Okay, there is much that unites the two countries: a shared history and common heritage, linguistic and cultural ties. They have linguistic culture, they have cultural ties, a shared history, passion for music. They have some literature arts, they have some musical arts and all. These two nations were strongly allies during the Bangladesh Liberation War in 1971. That's all from my side.
Right. Thank you. Your 15 minutes is up. So again, I request all the participants to start the GD and stay within the 15 minutes so that, you all can make your points. Right. So, sir, can we please have your feedback? Sir, you're on mute.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. First, Rajat spoke
Yes.
Okay, the point you made was it's a relevant point as far as today's circumstances are concerned. But you know, you need
Hello, I think I'm sorry, it's not
yeah,
audible.
yeah.
Sir is not audible.
I think now I must be audible.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
continue.
Am I right? Okay,
Yes, you
okay. A little fluctuation is there in the internet today.
Yeah.
Fine. Rajat spoke firstly, and then he highlighted the religion-based issue. That is perfectly fine, but we need to highlight all the relevant points. Okay. See, what are the in a group discussion? What are the core relevant points to be addressed? One is your body language, which seems to be good. Okay, so
Okay.
you are able to express it, with perfection. Second thing is the domain knowledge that you have about the topic. Okay, you
Okay,
are
sir.
looking at it from only one particular perspective, which is religion, and no other perspective is addressed. Okay, so that needs to be looked at. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
what the guy in the GD, in order to select some few candidates out of the overall number of candidates, one definitely sees what is your domain knowledge, what is your body language, and how do you work in a team. Okay, do you allow others to speak or not? From all other angles, you are good. Okay, only thing is the lack of domain knowledge. Don't stick to only to the one point. You have to have a 360-degree view of what is happening around.
Okay,
Right?
sir.
Okay. So, and Vishal, I think spoke a little better in terms of you are trying to address the issue from various angles. Okay, so from different angles, body language is also good, domain knowledge is also good to some extent. Okay, so you can capture some more information from the net and also try to have your own opinion based on the this thing. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
looks good, Vishal. Fine. And third was Vidyasagar. Am I right? Vidyasagar, the your domain knowledge was, I mean, the points that were addressed, you had almost, different perspectives in place, and you gave your opinion from all different perspectives. That looks wonderful. But the way you presented, it has to be fluent, like the way Rajat and Vishal did. Okay. So you need not have to come under pressure to say a lot of things within 3 minutes. Okay. Uh, so you have to go a little slow, make a point. First, you have to think what you need, what you want to speak. Then, when the opportunity knocks, then that time you should, coolly, communicate what you have thought of, right? So there is a little extra urgency in speaking, so that you try to hide it. Otherwise, you always try to address, look at the problem from various angles, and then that seemed pretty sound knowledge of the domain as well. Okay. Only thing is structure your talk so that it becomes pleasant to others. Okay. That's the only thing. Otherwise, it's looks fantastic on the domain front. Okay. Fine. Then Manasi and I think Niranjan spoke. Okay. So you spoke very little, but the communication was clarity was very high. Wonderful. Okay. Only thing is, the suggestion is look at the problem from multiple perspectives. That will solve the problem. Communication was almost near perfection. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that's the
Thank you, sir.
feedback I have about all the 5 participants who spoke. Okay. Lastly, it was Nikita, right?
Sir, I left.
Nikita.
You can't give me a feedback. Rishi,
Yeah.
सर मेरे बारे में आपने नहीं बताया.
क्या नाम?
Rishi.
Rishi, Rishi, if you switch on your video, I will be able to remember the face and
My camera is not properly working.
it's okay. But you switch on in whatever condition it is so that I remember you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so Rishi, I will give you the feedback in the next round because I am unable to recollect totally perfectly what you spoke. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Is that fine, Rishi? Okay. Please don't mind. I will give you the feedback in the next round of next session.
Fine, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for the feedback that we have. Rishi, please do stay with us and participate in the next topics. Then we will definitely give your feedback for you.
I request to all of you, please switch on your video while speaking in whatever condition it is. Don't worry about the clarity of it, so that I do remember what you spoke. Okay, fine.
Right. So our next topic is coronavirus impact on global economy. The topic is coronavirus impact on global economy. I've shared the pointers and the topic in the chat for everyone. And your time starts now. Unmute yourself and start.
Good afternoon. So my name is Mansi. So with the coronavirus right now, it'll have a huge impact on the economy of India and for many years to come now, because due to this virus, a lot of especially small industries, mainly the indigenous industries, have had to slowly close down because of the lack of business and because of the lockdown. Since many people are not able to go out now and they're not able to, people are not spending and people are not buying, but there are certain industries which are also benefiting from this right now. The e-commerce is booming because people sit inside and they order from online, so e-commerce is one industry which will boom. But mainly due to the coronavirus, it's going to take India quite a few years to pick up from where we left off. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Rishi. So I would like to add that according to the survey that we take, this COVID-19 is having a deep impact on Indian businesses. Okay, this COVID-19 ensures that all the businesses are सब डूब चुके हैं, and over the coming months jobs are very at high risk because most of the companies just kick off their employees, for example Swiggy and Uber, and further it is added that already COVID-19 crisis has caused an unprecedented collapse in the economic activities. There are total so many companies in the world and in India also, and they all are rushed up with too many conflicts always there. The present situation is always a very high to high level impact on their business, according to almost 72% respondents.
Was it Rishi who spoke?
Yes,
Mansi.
Fine.
Yeah, Mansi, continue, please.
Shall I start?
Yeah, sure.
Please, Rajat, go ahead.
So in the time of COVID-19, we need to understand that there have been some economic failures of the country. The policies regarding the economy and the businesses have failed. As I see in the depression of 1930 in America, so to come out of the depression, it was suggested to the America that the people should be given cash. If they're having some cash, the local businesses will grow. The people will buy from the local businesses, and local businesses will be benefited. But in the recent time in India, the package which was announced for the people, it only gave you loan, and no one at the present time is interested in taking that loan. So I think we need to understand the government and the people need to change the economic policies. We need to bring a better plan for the future. So in future, if we have to face this kind of depression, we have better policies to cope up with these type of depression in the future times.
Hello, good evening all. This is Nachiket from Maharaja Institute of Technology. The topic is about the coronavirus impact on global economy. I say that it's very much impacting on the global economy. Taking this pandemic situation as consideration, the only one country which is taking the advantage of this is called is China. As soon as the coronavirus started, they were the major exporters of the medicines. and they took the advantage of this, and they extended their prices to higher rates. And the only country which is been utilizing this situation is China. Like coming to the impacts of this coronavirus, like there are many industries and small scale industries that's been shut down, and also like it's also been affecting the theaters. Like as you all know that the theater has not been opened yet. Like in my city only two or three theater has been closed. Like it's majorly affecting the middle class and the lower class people. Thank you.
Yeah, Nachiket, I totally agree with that. Coronavirus has created a huge impact on the global economy as well. Why? Because from the right now the situation it will be world before Corona and world after Corona affected. Why? Because it affects the tourism as well. And right now, many universities will get affected in the future as well because the major countries will be, which are affected like Italy, most of the students won't apply for Italy universities as well because for that country's income will be based on the other students who will go there, and the tourism will also get affected because no one will go to visit and explore those cities as well. And in our country itself, many people are losing jobs. And leads to the slowdown of the economy due to the loss of jobs. Unemployment is created a lot, and due to that it affects the poverty as well, since India is fighting poverty from a very long period. So again it has brought a very huge challenge for that, and it has taken some measures by providing credit facilities for MSME sectors in order to revive. They have to take the advantage because if they infuse if they provide so much money, it leads to the inflation as well, and again they have to our country has to focus on that as well. So right now, what measures they have taken is quite acceptable. Yeah, we have to cope up with the challenge and fight it. That, yeah, I would like to add that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Vishal. Like the measures taken by the Indian government is very grateful, and I am very much glad to it. Like recently, I just saw a video like in situation of a Delhi. Like they come into such an extent that they are not providing the beds to the patients, and the relatives or the sons, daughters, they are not allowed to visit the hospitals also. Like they don't know the status of the patient also. Like India is it's also affecting the infrastructures of Indian government. Like there are no better facilities for treating the patients also. Like what one more thing that I should add on is that like taking this situation as an advantage, Indian government has planned that to produce the BP kits. Like India stands second in producing these BP kits, and this is one of the major way that India is coming up to this economic crisis. Like like India is tackling this situation in another way, so that we should not regret these kind of situations.
Hello everyone, I am Vidya Sagar from Maharaja Institute of Technology, Mysuru. Yes, I agree with the COVID-19 has taken over the world economy down. If we look at the other part, like what is the benefits are happening to the India? Yeah, there is a huge what we call the down in the crude oil, right? So the crude oil has become we can see the negative what we call the it even gone the there was saying that the commodities couldn't go negative, but in America due to the WTI what we call their agreement with the crude oil exchange, it has gone to the negative. So it has played a huge role in what you call the storing of oils. So India has gained benefit over there because we have actually we don't have that much of storage capacities. But although we don't have that much of capacity of storing capacity, we have stored it, right? So we are getting the what you call getting these fossil fuel, sorry, crude fuels and oils at a lower rate. And also the about in medical field, yes, the India is one of the biggest producer of the HCQ, hydrochloroquine chloroquine. So it is also what you call the major supplement of this. So it is gaining some what you call about $300 million. So it has signed a pact of $300 million. And also the dexamethasone, which I read in yesterday's newspaper. India is also one of the leading producer of dexamethasone, which is the very useful drug for the patients who are used to the ventilators. So in medical field, it has boomed, right? So this much it has given the boost to the in the medical field, as well as my friend said, yeah, it has also one of the largest producer of PPE kits. But apart from that, seeing at the infrastructures or also the tourism, yeah, it has been what you call the it has bring down the economy to the drastically down. But there is a what you call from Karnataka government tourism department. It has given the what you call there is a new programming initiation by the Karnataka to tourism department. It is saying that Banni Nodi Namma Ura. So it is creating what you call awareness in the local people to go out with their family and with all the what we call all the necessary precautionary measures taken. They can visit the nearby places within their what you call the districts. So this will again what you call somewhat it will what given what you call boom to the tourism some or other way. Yeah, it might not be a what you call a sudden transition, but yeah, it will help in the what you call gaining some or bringing up our economy to some sort, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Vidyasagar, I agree with that. Adding on to that, since it has created a huge impact on the global economy as well. But if we take into the aspect of India, the many foreign companies, for example, Apple has said that it will shift the manufacturing sector from China to India. In that aspect, after this, it will be a huge means development because many countries are not investing right now. They're not ready to invest in China. They're planning to invest in India. So we should take in that consideration and improve our infrastructure and make facilities so that they will invest and they will be benefited as well. And last week itself, the forex reserves have crossed $500 billion for the RBI also. So right now we are in a situation to import anything for at least 1 year as well. So it is also very beneficial for our country. But we have to take that in a you have to utilize that in a proper efficient manner, and we should focus our infrastructure. Mainly that is the skills of the labor skills. So it will be beneficial for the other companies as well. So if they invest, employment will be created. So there will be a stabilize. So it will stabilize. It will be neutral, and growth can happen after that.
Vidyasagar, I disagree with your point, which you were saying that the COVID has benefited India, that we have a stock of crude oil. But you see in the times, if you see at the present the rate of the petrol and the diesel in the recent times, you will find that even being the negative of the crude oil, the rate are a bit higher. So it is resulting in a growing rage amongst the people. And so the government needs to understand that they need to change the policies. The money should reach the people. They have a reason to say that they have increased the rate of crude oil for the India to increase to benefit the companies because they pay more taxes to the country. But government also need to understand that if the rate grows more in the people, this is going to destabilize the economy of the country. This is going to destabilize the government. And what I feel is that since the whole world is fighting with the COVID, I think there should be more credibility of the UN. We should have a common plan. Since UN is connected with all the countries, the UN should have a more basic plan which could be implemented in each of the country. Countries are fighting within themselves for the death of the COVID patients. They're fighting that who has a bigger number, who has less number. So I think there should be a common plan between the countries that in the future time, if any pandemic or the depression comes, we have a common plan to fight it, so that no country has to fight with the depression or no one's economy goes down. There should be a common plan between the countries.
Yeah,
I
I agree
actually
with what you
agree
said,
with.
Rajat. Hello.
Yeah, Vidyasagar.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. Yeah, there is a what you call the huge inflation in the crude oil price, especially the petrol and oils has raised to some of the extent of 8 rupees per liter. Yeah, this is because the refineries in India used, because we are still confined to the old technologies, right? The refineries is used are is in still the conventional way. So we are still refining the everything in every crude oil in the conventional way. We are not adopting the new technologies. So this is leading to the what you call the inflation in this. Also the cutoff of repo rate, right? Repo rate. The RBI has cut down the repo rate. This repo rate as what you call repo rate. Whenever there is a what you call cut in the repo rate, then there will be a influxation of amount or large amount into the society or into the system. So again there will be a inflation in what you call the money. So again there will be hike in this system. So all are like interlinked. So whenever the measure or taken by the governor of the RBI, it will link to some other things, right? So these are all the things that is impacting the what you call the crude oil price. Though the crude oil price at world level has reached down its peak in 40 years, but the Indian government has cut down the repo rate as well as the convention giving crude oil. It is lead to the such inflation in the rate of the oils.
No, well, I agree with you, Vidya Sagar, but in future also, if we are going to have a pandemic or depression, the same repo rate will be decreased by the Reserve Bank. So what makes me to come to a point is that we need to go a rudimentary basics. We need to go to a rudimentary plan where we should be work on the basics that we know in the future, if there's going to be depression, there's going to be pandemic, the repo rate will be deducted and the inflation will go high. So government needs to come with the economic plans that in future, if we come with a depression or if we have a pandemic, we have a basic plan to fight the depression.
Yeah, I would like to add the point regarding that petroleum and crude oil issue. See, the country was in the lockdown for nearly 2 months, and there was no, and it has created a huge impact for the global economy as well. And right now in Saudi Arabia countries, in the Gulf countries, where India imports huge crude oil from those countries, they are ready to sell at a very low price. So India is purchasing more and more. So actually the cost is very less, nearly about the 25 rupees. So it will come around that. But we know, as we all know that in that petroleum factor, GST won't come. It is still it is calculated based on the custom tax and value added tax. So what government has done is they have increased the custom duties on the petroleum products. So we are getting it at 80 rupees in order to increase the revenue. They have to do that because if they say because in this current situation, if they we cannot say protest against the government that we are not able to get fuel at low cost, so we have to move around because we have to stay safer, right? So they have to. There is no other choice, because there is a main source for revenue generation, that crude oil for the government. So it's I think it's a good, but it's not good too extreme.
Yes,
Yeah, I would like to add.
I agree with you.
Okay, guys, your 15-minute time's up. It was a great discussion. Nice to see that so many pointers we had. But also nice to see that it was continuing, but 15 minutes are up. So Raghavendra sir, can we please have your feedback? Sir, you're on mute.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I couldn't hear you, Rishi. Is the discussion done?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. I think Manasi started the discussion well with a small point. Okay. And communication, body language, and the pace of speaking was good. And I felt she could have thrown some light on the real global economy. Okay, so she just made a couple of points, but it could have been better. Okay, so if you can
Yes, sir.
highlight some key points, it would be great. Okay, then Rishi spoke well. You just need to structure your talk, Rishi. Okay, just need to structure your talk. You had different perspectives, but just communication, it was like continuous blasting. Okay, so you need to put a full stop somewhere. Okay, just take care of that point and make your talk a bit more pleasant. That will definitely ensure very effective talk. And Rajat was good again, as in the previous case. Okay, fine. So you could also counter argue on certain points. It looked good.
Okay.
And Nachiket, even second time you had a continuous discussion over that. Okay. So a small point to Nachiket is, you can just structure your talk a bit better. Okay. Whenever you speak, make a sentence, just give a small pause. Okay. All of you just remember, just pause in between so that the other person who is listening to you grabs it, understands it, digests it. Okay. So that's the point which everyone, needs to remember, right? Okay, so when you speak continuously, only the first and the second points that you make are inside our mind, and thereafter whatever you speak may or may not go well. Okay, so that is why I would request you to pause in between, structure your talk, and then speak. And then, but it was good on the domain front. Okay, let me not discount that. Both in Nachiket, Vishal, Vidyasagar, it was good on the domain front. Vidyasagar, also I have the same point to you. You are continuously making points. All are valid points. There is absolutely no doubt. But at the same time, just make sure you pause in between, complete that point, and then pick the next one. Okay, so this is common feedback for basically Vidyasagar and Nachiket and Rishi. Okay, so you are not pausing in between, make a point. Okay, and make them understand, just have in real time group discussions, just have a glance, look at everybody and what they feel about, and then you will know who have questions on that. Okay, so then open the forum. If you have any other perspectives also, you should be able to listen. Okay, so that also you say at the end, this is my opinion. Would you let me know if there are any issues on this particular perspective or something of that sort you should put across. Okay, that means you have to show in the group discussion that this is your opinion based on certain facts which you have gone through, but at the same time I am open for listening to everybody. Okay, and then draw a final conclusion, unbiased final conclusion. That indication you must show in the group discussion. Okay, this is very crucial in a group discussion. What are the factors? Your communication, your body language, okay, and then fluency, and then attitude will be checked. Okay, attitude, whether you allow others to speak or not, or you want to make all the points yourself, right? So that is very important. And then open for discussions, and then finally unbiased final conclusion. All these are aspects which you should really focus on. Okay, so that's the brief feedback that I can give.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the feedback. And I'm sure all the participants here who've spoken, who participated, as well as those who haven't yet shared their views, will take it up and discuss for the next points. So before we move on to a third topic, I would also like to let all the participants here know that we are open for any discussion topic that you would like to suggest. So you can suggest the topics in the chat for us, and we can pick up a topic from there as well. So we are okay to take up new topics. So if you have anything of that sort, please put it over here and we can take it up after the third topic that we have today. Also, we have a small poll set out for all the students here. So request take a few minutes and please fill these questions out for us. Has everybody completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we have one yes. We still have a couple of more students to fill it up. Can you please fill it up?
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Yep, thank you. Right, so we move on to our next topic. Once again, before we move to the next topic, if anybody has any suggestions, and okay, sorry, we do have a few suggestions here. We have suggestions from Mansi and Rishi. Right, so we can definitely look into it. We will pick up maybe just one topic or both the topics after we finish the third topic here. So the third topic is factors that contributed to the growth of MNCs. Factors that contributed to the growth of MNCs. You have the topic and the pointers in the chat for you. And your time starts now.
This is Mansi. I would like to say that one of the biggest factors that have contributed to MNCs in especially India is many years ago, if we're talking about before the Industrial Revolution also, many women were not working. They were housewives and they were not working, they were not earning. So in the recent times, there's been a lot of women empowerment also. So a lot of women are being educated and they are able to work and also contribute. So I think that is one of the biggest reasons for contribution of to the MNCs, and also the general literacy rate that is increasing right now. Everyone is encouraged to study and to earn. So, and also the government provides really good schemes. So I think that is also one of the reasons that contribute. Thank you.
Anybody else to add the points? You can unmute yourself and start the discussion.
Nachiket?
Yes, sir. The factors that mainly contributed for the growth of MLC are like the new startup that taken up by the new young generations, and the job opportunities. Like the main thing that factor that contributed for this MLC, I think that the 2000 case. Like you may all knowing about the 1999 to 2000 transition. Like from they all thought that the computers will go and work for only 1999 and it will not transit to the 2000 year. From then the MLC started growing in a larger rate. They just hired the peoples and many number of peoples and they gave the job opportunities.
Ma'am, I would like to add that the pre-colonial time, where the Britishers used to rule the countries, the Britishers had an idea about the industries, so they brought industrial revolution, and because of that industrial revolution, now people had understood that how the labor can be used to boost up their companies or boost up their projects. So I think with the growing of the industries in the pre-independence era of India or pre-independence era of any of the country because of the Britishers, that helped all countries or all the MNCs to grow in their countries because they understood that the manpower could be used in a better way to bring the changes for the MNCs, bring their changes for the company, and the labor could be used in a better way to do their project easily.
Hello, Nikita, this side. I want to add one more point. Like in this era of digital and all this effective advertising, I think MNC adopt more effective advertising and sales promotion technique, which helps them to grow better. And also, they enjoy quick transportation and like they have the good, they face less difficulties basically in marketing the products. And also, they enjoy financial superiorities over national companies in addition to market superiorities. Thank you.
I agree with the point that Nikita made. I think in the recent times, our advertising and our everyone's globally, the connectivity is really good. So if even if an MNC wants to advertise or to market, it helps to reach a larger number of people due to our connectivity.
Yeah, what I would like to add is that before the LPG reforms, before the reforms, I mean before 1991, India's GDP was and the income was around just 2 to 3%. But after the LPG reforms, it was a shock because it went up to 6 to 7%. Even they also did not know. But the negative impact was that the MNC companies were benefiting a lot from after the LPG reforms. But our Indian companies started being suppressed from those companies, and due to the competition, because they were not yet prepared to face the competition with the MNC companies. But after in recent years, by promoting the by promoting the entrepreneurship developments and activities, and by promoting, it has benefited a lot. So it should go on.
Yeah,
I would like to say that.
yeah, also there is a thing like point to notice that MNC have access to international banks as well and financial institutions, which I think Indian companies are not that accessible in comparison to MNCs. They have easy access to external capital markets as well.
Hello everyone, I am Vidya Sagar Maharaj Institute of Technology, Mysuru. Yes, in India, the MNCs has grown and is blossomed in such a way that all over the world, sir, the world is looking at us in these kind of industries, because the main factor that resulted in such kind of blossoming because of the skill set. Yeah, India has the large pool of these sources, right? India has a big infrastructures in regarding the MNCs, and also the skill members, the engineering skills and the communication. Yes, the main thing which holds the what you call the why Indians software engineers or the Indian MNC companies are very famous all over the world, just because of their communication skills with others. And they're also their advertising and the marketing and their service. Yeah, so it is what you call initially established in India, but it has branched out in many other countries also. And because of their cheap labor skill, because we know that the Indian engineers are very excellent in these industries, and though they are very excellent in these industries, but they are paying very much scale, very least scale, right? So because of all these factors, yes, the MNCs have grown in India, which has blossomed in such a way that it can what they call compete in at the world level.
And so one of the reasons for the growth of MNCs in the country is that if we look at the growth of the MNCs, the point comes out as that at the earlier stage, the India industries were not developed. We didn't have facilities that could help our MNCs to grow, not only in India, into the world. So MNCs which came earlier to the country were developed. They had more money to give to the people if we compare to the companies that India initially had. But now, because of the entrepreneurship and the education and the skills that are being provided by the government to the people, now the MNCs of India are growing because now we have more skilled labor. Earlier, we didn't have skilled labor. Earlier, we were mainly focused on the agriculture, and agriculture doesn't give you that skills. But now, with the time of growth of education, engineering colleges in the country, the skill of the people are growing, due to which now the MNCs in India are also growing, not only in India, and outside world also. And we can see many Indian people who hold a very good post at a good companies because of the skills that have grown up in India
And
in the recent times.
Adding on to Rajat points, the MNCs not only boosted the growth of Indian economy, but also it changed the standard living of people also. It helped more people to get more money, in working in different sectors in online, IT jobs and all. It also created more number of jobs also.
yeah, I would like to add some more points to it, because the FDI, the foreign direct investment, has gained so much popularity, because the India initially the Indians were not what you call the not into the investment into the such kind of companies, because of this foreign FDI and all these things in recent years. Yeah, these MNCs as beautifully backbone by themselves, as well as the foreign companies, because of their these emerging capacities and as their potential, it is gaining so much of popularity. That's why, yeah, in recently the Geo is able to gain about 92,000 crores through the FDI to its Geo, as well as the Reliance Reliance Industries. These are all because of the world thinks that India has that potentiality, and Indian engineers have this potentiality to create what we call a revolution in this sector. As well as we should not forget the government, right? In 1991, the government opened what we call the globalization, and it also invited the foreign companies to branch out their companies in our India too. So it has also given some kind of boost to this industry, especially the MNCs. And also adding to on to that, the Karnataka government, where we call the Bengaluru as the Silicon City or the Silicon Valley or the software hub of the India. So these are all because of the support by the state government as well as the Indian government, where they provided the better infrastructures, and they also provided the better skill set people, where they could achieve what they are thinking of.
Yeah, I
And I
totally
think,
agree with
yeah,
Vidyasagar's point. One more point which I would like to mention is production flexibility. As a time comes when cost of production in one country may be low due to a real depreciation of its currency. So I think MNC take advantage of all this, and various multinational firms may relocate production, and this actually also helps them to grow. Thank you.
Yeah, Niket, adding on to that, what I would like to say is that if you take an MNC, if it is growing, we have to see that in which sector, means whether it is whether it is whether the FDIs are coming for the manufacturing sectors or the service sector, because in India only service sector is growing a lot. So what I would like to say is that, for example, if you take a company, if it does research and development in USA, means if it is a US based company, it purchases raw materials from China and assembles and export through Mexico. And service sector is based in India. Means it is clearly showing that we are only fit for providing service for that companies. Means the negative aspect is that we don't have proper skilled labors. Because that we are not developing the skills in the laborers, and the tariffs are also more for the companies, and due to the corruption is in the bureaucratic level also, they are not investing more in our country as we are expecting that it should invest more. So we should focus on that. We should make easy for the companies to the company policy procedure, so that they can develop, and it impacts on the economy as well.
I
so
agree with
I
you.
would like to add that after the post-independence area, we have a bitter feeling or a harsh feeling for the Western culture. So it took a lot of time for us to come out of the resentment against the Western culture. And after 1980 or 1991, we were able to accept the Western culture. Yes, the things from which comes from the Western culture could help us. So if you see at the time, we only had 30 to 35 years that we accepted the Western culture, and due to which now the changes is coming slowly in the government. But at the point comes, we can't compare today's time with a Western country like Europe or US, because they earlier had an industrial revolution, but the industrial revolution which came into India was a bit late. But I agree that we are a bit slow. But in the coming times, if the government is helping the people, or they will continue to help the people, the MNCs of India will grow, and we will be able to fight with the top MNCs or the top countries that are more developed than us.
Yeah, Rajat, what you said is that right. But if we take for an example, a company or MNC, any company, if it plans to invest in India, it compares neighboring countries as well. So it slightly shifts to China, which has a very good skilled labors, and tariffs are less, and raw materials are available at very cheap. So what we have to focus is that, and we have to revive our own. We have to bring forward our self means entrepreneurship developments and our companies as well, which are based on India. Means For example, if you want to learn a skill in China, means it there is only means if you want to learn painting or some mechanics related works, so separate institution provide only mechanic related works, and they expertise in that. But if you want to learn the same thing, you have to go a 4 year degree process, again 2 years, and again we are switching our fields to different. For example, in our case itself, we are in electronics and communication, we are learning about the capacitors and resistors, and we are working in the domain on CS based in the future. Then the quality of the skill of the laborers will get reduced. So obviously they will think about that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Vishal, what you said earlier as well as this one. But the thing is, the government is also boosting up this, especially the skill development. So it has initiated the new thing called as the Skill India, right? So through that Skill India, it is through the it's a government organization, especially through the government firms. It is what you call, it is initiating the students to develop their skills regarding especially the manufacturing sectors. Here in Mysuru, we have the polymer sector where the people or the where the students will able to get the hands-on experience on how to develop a polymer based products. So these are all the new, what you call, the new schemes from which has been declared recently. So which is bringing the new way of thinking, especially that India should not solely focus on what the service structure is, but it has to be focused on to the production sector. So all these are being implemented nowadays. Yeah, for now it is yeah, it is not it might be lagging, but yeah, in after 5 to 6 years, yeah, it may took such a transition that India would be also a manufacturing sector. Yeah, one more thing about the China's, right? China's layers and as well as that. Yeah, but they are not according to the world level or at the world stage, they are not fit for the servicing sector because they're the main what you call the drawback is their communication, because most of them are excelled in what you call the skill, but they don't have the communication skill, which is the most important part of a product marketing, right? So Indians is very, actually they are what you call, they're developed in an indigenous environment too, but they're what you call easily adapt to the every culture, and they can easily learn the new languages. So this is boosting the Indians at the world level in this, especially the service sector as well as the where the marketing is related. So yeah, I would like to kind of conclude this as India's government, especially the government's set of rules, which is after 1991, has bring such a kind of transition in this. Especially the MNC sector, so it has boosted in such a way that it is what you call nearly contributing about 60% of the GDP. So I would like to connect. It is a what you call a great initiative by the government of India as well as the government of Canada.
Right. That was nice. 15 minutes time is done as well. It was a great discussion, guys. You guys are going really good. Raghvendra sir, can we please have the feedback?
Sure. First of all, it was a great discussion compared to the previous two. I think all of you actually spoke really well in this particular group discussion. Point to note down here is, I don't want to give individual feedback. All of you have brought in different perspectives. For example, Manasi spoke about, women, and then, Nachiket spoke about Y2K problem, 2000 problem and startups. Okay, so Rajat spoke about, British era, the kind of industry that grew under that regime. So Nikita spoke about, safe promoters, and then less challenges for the MNCs, etc. So, and then, Vishal spoke about the, for the policies that were introduced in 1991 by the PV Narasimha Rao government, when Dr. Manmohan Singh was the finance minister. A lot of procedures, formalities were taken off, and then the entire business operation was completely eased out. Okay, so he mentioned that. It was also mentioned by a couple of others later on. And then Vidyasagar spoke about, FDI, Skill India, etc. Okay. So all of you brought in different perspectives, and then even I could see improvement in the communication this time compared to the previous two group discussions. Okay. I hope you are able to observe yourself. I could see better body language and communication. Okay. So even Vidyasagar was stopping in between, making us understand this time. So I could see, that is why, I want to give a general feedback that, all of you followed the norms in a group discussion. It was good. So in a real-time group discussion, it depends mainly on your the knowledge, domain knowledge that you have on the topic. Okay. Because, all other angles in terms of the body language, in terms of the communication, you have reached that particular stage now. So what matters is, what points you bring in, and then, how relevant they are to the topic. So and how, easily you can communicate that within the given limited time. So that matters. So try to develop that particular art. One suggestion I wish to give to all of you, at the end of the discussion, when you are in a group discussion, you have to remember each point spoken by other person. Okay. So first, you will present, each one of you will present in a group discussion. And after some time, what happens is when one round of discussion happens, all the different perspectives come out. When the second round of discussion begins. So at that particular point of time, if you are speaking, you must know what has been spoken by each of the other, participants. Okay, that time what happens, the guy who is evaluating you understand that you have lent your ears to all the views expressed by others. Okay, that is one thing. And then, you are addressing them. You have to show that you are addressing those perspectives. Okay, either you agree or you disagree. If you want to disagree, then, specifically disagree with a clear justification. If you don't have a justification, then, it doesn't go. Okay. So you have to have a clear justification if you are disagreeing with some of the perspectives expressed by others. And somehow at the end of the second round discussion, generally the time gets over. And someone generally who summarizes it in the most intelligent fashion, okay, generally easily gets selected in the group discussion. That is what I have seen. Okay, who summarizes it very intelligently, giving credit to each and every perspective that has been listened to, observed in the group discussion. Generally he will become a hero at the end of it. So that is why I want you to note down the points given by others. Don't think, I have expressed, I have done my job. Okay. So each one of you should think you are the leader of the group discussion. And at the end, someone gets an opportunity to summarize that. When somebody summarizes, even you can say only one or two will get an opportunity to summarize that at the end of the group discussion. That time all others can say, I agree with this particular summarization. I think we have done our job. So that means you agree with him, and also you show that actually you also have the gist of summarizing, but only one person can get that opportunity. Hope I am making that point clear. That's my feedback, Rishi.
Right, sir. Thank you. Thank you for that feedback, sir. And I'm sure the students will take it up. So the next topic we have is a suggestion by one of the students here, Mansi. So the topic is, does India give enough importance to mental health? The topic we have is, does India give enough importance to mental health? So we have the topic and a few pointers for your reference in the chat, and you can start the discussion now. The 15 minutes starts now.
First of all, a very good topic, Mansi, as per the situations which are happening. Like recently, Sushant died. I know you would have taken some clue from that, and that's why you gave this topic. And I was just recently looking at the post, which which is there on the social medias. I feel more depressed that people at the same time they are talking about mental health, and at the same time they are posting a bad comments about other star kids and other people who are in the industry. Yes, I do believe that they have done the wrong thing for all those things which has nepotism and other thing, but there is we have got no rights to comment on anyone. Over to you all.
Yes, I agree with you. This is Nachiket. Like, it's not only in the film industry. Like, yeah, it's also in the education system also. Like it's taking this current situation also. Like the exams for VTU students have not been announced. We don't know that exams will be going to take place or not. We are just telling that we will announce the dates. They said that they will announce the dates by the June first week, and they have not done it, and they're telling that we will be announcing at July first week, and we are hoping that they will be announcing the dates. But the concern is that the Indian government is not focusing on how the student will be suppressed, like how the mental torture will be. You may knowing that from 25th onwards, the 10th exams will be going on. Like if you are being in such a situation, how will you write the exam? Like you have to concentrate on your exams as well as your safety also. Like you can't say that I don't take up this exam this year, I will take it in another coming year. Like it's not done. The mental stress is been building in students also.
I agree with your point, but the problem is that in India itself, the people are not actually concerned about the mental health. We use an idiot, we call a person an idiot, or we call them mentally depressed as a slang against the people. We ourselves are not concerned about the mental health. If we see a person who is mentally depressed, or sometimes when we ourselves are mentally depressed, we don't take it seriously. We just take it as okay, it's for a 2 or 4 days. After that, I'll be okay, or the person will be okay after 2 or 4 days. We need to understand that we have seen cases where the people who have money, who have fame, each and everything that we want, we feel that if we'll have money or we'll have fame, we'll not be mentally depressed. But the people who actually have, they are still facing the depression. So we need to understand it's a problem, it's a disease, you can say in medical terms, and there's solution to it. You can visit a psychiatrist, but people are not aware about it. I think half of the population in India doesn't know what is a psychiatrist. They take it just him considered as a mental doctor, or he's from asylum or somewhere else. We need to understand it's a problem, it's a disease, it can be cured. We need to talk to the people, and we need to teach the people about the mental health, that it can be cured, and it doesn't matter whether you're rich or you're poor. Each one of us can go through a mental depression phase, and I think we should visit, or we should teach the people that it's a problem and it can be cured.
Yes,
Yeah,
Rajat, I
Rajat.
completely agree with you. There are some excellent points. And what I would like to say that mental health is equally important as physical health. And this discussion needs to start from the school level. In most of our schools, we only have PE period where you run around and play. There is nothing that is focused on the mental health of students or improving that. And even now, it is such a huge stigma, even in society. If anyone sees a counselor or a psychiatrist, people will talk about that person and say really bad things. So I think it needs to be more normalized, and more people need to be talking about it, because it is evidently such a huge problem now. And now everyone's minds have been opened about it. People are talking about it, which I think is a really good thing. It's a good start.
Yes, I completely agree with Mansi, because I like to ponder over that there is a huge flaw in our education system. We do not discuss over mental health. And have you guys noticed that as Sushant Singh Rajput died, we started discussing about mental health, all of us. But before that, we didn't used to discuss over it. So this is a very big flaw in us, because in our schools, in our colleges, there is no discussion about it. There's not even we in our mythological scriptures, there is a word called meditation. Nobody teaches how to meditate. Nobody teaches how to concentrate and focus. But they expect us to, have a successful life. So, which is a quite a dichotomy, you know. So we should have, at least in our education system, a model of a meditation lessons and so on. So this is it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with what you said.
Yes, yes, Vishal, go ahead.
Why? Because in India, the orthodox mindset, which most of the people have, they see this as a disease, and they feel very inferior to share themselves. It should start from the root level itself, and even as we can see, the many school kids are facing depression. Even parents are hugely are responsible for that, because they have started to pressurize the children as well, and they don't know what to do and where to go. They're forcing them to become to run to push. They're pushing them into a competition where they have to perform well. They have to compete with others, and nobody is asking what the child wants. Means the basic means, if the person depressed, is that nobody is listening to him. Nobody's asking him what he wants. Everybody is giving him suggestions. Okay, don't worry, like that. Nobody is asking what he wants. Even parents are also responsible for that. But in most of the cases in India, there are orthodox mindset. So we have to focus because in foreign countries as well, the school and the universities have private counselors where the students are free to share their opinions or what they are feeling right now. So they can put that frustration out. See what happens if the person is frustrated or something else. Everything keeps on adding up, summing up, and immediately the person doesn't know what to do, and negative thoughts start running in the person's mind. So he's not getting any proper platform to express what he's feeling. So he needs a person. And even in school also, these days children, they're not getting any, means nobody is asking them and nobody is encouraging them what they want, what they are, whether they are liking. So the depression cause for children is there. Even I've heard a lot of cases. Means they're depressed because they're getting a lot of homework. So even that silly cause is causing the child to get depressed, and when he grows up, then he will take into heart even small issues as well. So parents should encourage, and knowledge and a proper awareness should be given regarding this, because physical health can be cured easily by going to a hospital or something else, but mental health takes a long time. Yeah, that's my point.
Also,
Yes,
also there is a
I
there is
agree
a
with
very
you.
interesting thing
Considering
that
yes,
the
Vishal.
generation before us. Go ahead, please go ahead.
Okay. As usual, I agree with you that mental health plays a major role. Like if you are having any physical damage, you can showcase it like in the showcasing in terms of like it is visible to everyone, but mental damage, it's not visible to anyone. The main what you say, main cause for this is that the stage where you start comparing with others. Like it's not that anyone is comparing with you, like it's also stays within you. Like you start to compare with yourself with other people. Like it's where the mental disturbance starts. And what I think is, as an instructor or as a leader or like as a team manager, you should think, you should uh, take both the situations like mental and the physical health to his consideration, and assign the jobs, and do, as well as a teacher, assign the jobs and make them to do. It plays very important role, I guess.
Hello everyone, I am Vidyasagar PM from Maharaja Institute of Technology, Mysuru. Yes, I would like to mention a point that this modern lifestyle, as what you call, has made us to think what you call to undergo this process, like having the taking the depression or being pressurized by some others, because we used to live like this, because our ancient what you call the culture in education system, there was a called Gurukula. Where there was a important what you call that there was important aspect of both the education as well as the mental health as well as the physical health. That's why there were the meditation classes. So we have adopted such kind of what we call the education system into our into what we call taken over this all this period, but it is not has been followed nowadays, right? And this meditation class or some yoga classes has been transformed into games or some other periods. So this transition has made us what you call to take the pressurize or to go under the depression. And so also the parents are like partly responsible for what we call these kind of scenarios, because as a parent he has to take care of his children, right? So he has to go or he has to frequently talk with his children, so that it could bring a what we call a small hope in his child. So if something goes wrong, my parents will be there at my back, so he will be back, he will be what you call, he will supporting me if anything goes wrong. So these were all the what you call the some what you call boosting factors, which could be what you call the which could be a big stone for a child. And also that the work pressure that we are getting, and under the what you call the stress we are getting, because as a student, if there is a project that, and there is an
Vidyasagar, we are unable to hear you.
I'm sorry, can I say something?
Yes, sure.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
so
Vidya.
I think Vidyasagar made an excellent point about Gurukul. The thing about India is that yoga and meditation have both originated in India, but since the from the time the British have invaded, all of these practices are completely replaced by, I think, physical education, which is there in schools right now. So, and I think even industries can do their part in promoting mental health and to promote yoga and meditation, even to boost the productivity of their own employees and hence increase the output of that company also.
Okay, so
I agree with.
can I make a point?
Yes.
My name is Rachna, and I'm from Tijon College. So I would like to say that mental health as a topic itself, people are not aware of what mental health basically is. So this mental health um, should people should be talking about it and having knowledge about mental health from the day one. Like even if you are at home, being a child, you've been taught, okay, this is how you speak and this is how you do things. At the same time, from parents, you should have that, what do you say, like how everything else is taught the same way, a small knowledge or small input about what mental health is and how you can control your thoughts and emotions. All this can be taught from school, from your house and then to school. How like how Mansi also said that we have a PE period where people run around. Instead, you can also have a period wherein you are actually talking about mental health and giving awareness regarding the same. It's not just, even if you are not aware of it from your childhood or in the school also, once you are into any firms, even there, even in a society, if you are living, they can have an program or an awareness program in order to bring the bring the knowledge about mental health first. And then now, even in these days, kids, even if they get sad first, maybe they are not receiving any toy that they don't get, they say that they are depressed. So they are totally they have a misconception between, depressed and being sad. That's two different things. Being depressed is different, being sad is different. So bringing an awareness is one good thing that can be done first in order to, you know have that proper knowledge about what mental health is. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I
I
agree with.
totally agree to Rach. Yeah, thank you. I totally agree to Rachna. And also, I would like to mention one point which Rajat said in the very first time. Like, he said that people in India don't know about psychiatrists also. Yeah, that's actually the good thing that people are not knowing about it. And if they have any sort of mental problem, they just associate it just with the abuse, or they just start teasing with the person. And one more thing, I am partially disagreed with the point mentioned by Vidya Sagar, that he said parents should be aware of it and they should talk more and more to their children. I know parents are the big support, but at the same time, society has the same impact on everyone. Even sometimes parents are also burdened with the society. So I think we all need to change, not just the parents. We all need to change to help a person come out of his or her depressed life. Thank you. Over to you.
I
I agree
agree
with
with you, Mansi and
Okay,
Rachna, which
guys,
you also thought about. But I
guys,
want to
your
say that.
15 minutes are over.
Okay, ma'am.
Right, that's okay. So the 15 minutes are over. It was a really nice discussion. Um, we didn't hear a conclusion, but that's okay. Hopefully, we'll have a better evaluation this time. So, sir, can we please have the feedback?
First of all, I should thank Manasi for bringing up the nice topic for discussion.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
yeah, it's a topic. It's a matter of concern for the whole country, right? See, the mental health of most of you try to concentrate on the mental health of a kid. Okay, uh, mental health of a kid mainly depends on parental guidance and then the environmental force, right? The environment inside the home and the environment outside the home where the kid is getting exposed. And most of you made very relevant points that today's educational system does not you know you know impart anything that enhances the mental health of the kid. In fact, it has been the other way around. The kids are getting demotivated, as most of you spoke about it. Okay. Uh, I think the points that all of you made are very relevant points. One of you mentioned that we are not even aware of the psychologists and psychiatrists, right? So both are very essential even for a normal problem. If you are unable to overcome a small say weakness, okay, a psychiatrist might help. Okay, so it is not that when you totally run out of emotional health, you need to go to a psychiatrist. So it is needed even when you have a weakness to overcome, you are unable to do it. That time also a psychiatrist will come into picture, right? Okay, so commenting on the individual performances in this group discussion, uh, I think all of you made relevant points. The domain knowledge you could relate to very well. So I didn't see any lacking on the domain front, and then even the way you switched and points and then counterpoints, all of them were good. What I felt again is no one tried to summarize this again at the end of the group discussion. Okay. So, Nikita initially made points towards, you cannot express something on the social media about others, lifestyles or whatever. Okay. And then Nachiket tried to address the safety of the individuals during the exams under these circumstances. Okay. And then what is the mental health of the people when they are trying to appear for exams in these circumstances. So everybody made a point, but a summarization must come at the end of it. Okay. So the topic of the discussion which Mansi proposed was that does India give enough importance to the mental health? The ultimate conclusion has to come. Most of you opined, okay, gave an opinion that the mental health is not taken seriously. Okay, the mental health is not at all taken seriously. That opinion you expressed, but at the end someone should summarize stating that all these points are noted, and then the group discussion concludes that because in this case it was quite evident, there was no confusion. All of you spoke almost against that against the topic, that is there is no consideration of mental health in India. So you have to conclude that so that everybody agrees, and then it kind of gets completed on a good note. Okay, with a conclusion. Otherwise, group discussion is not just for everybody to contribute and show his talent. Group discussion is there to end with a conclusion. Okay, so that is the only one thing that went missing in this particular thing. And otherwise, the body language, the communication, okay, was fantastic from all of you. Okay. uh, so that looked wonderful to me. Okay, fine. So that's my brief feedback for this particular group discussion. You have
Sir,
already
I
reached
have a
a
question
level.
for you.
One second. You have already reached a level of maturity. Okay. Now it's matter of concentrating on the domain. Yes, Mansi, please go ahead.
Sir, so I wanted to ask, in a real-time group discussion, if there are a few people who are dominating the discussion, and if you are not as loud enough, or if there's a certain point you want to make that you're not able to, how do you handle that situation, those type of situations?
Correct. Okay, very good question. In fact, generally people who try to dominate, they do not get selected, for your info, because the primary point an evaluator looks at is, do you allow everybody to speak up? Do you listen to everybody's opinions? Okay. So that is the key point. People who try to dominate, you have to, with a gentle this thing, you need both assertiveness and politeness here. Two qualities are very essential. Kindly excuse me. I think we should all make, one round of, yeah, we should all express our views on the given topic in one round, and then, we can have further discussion. Just in between, try to ping in if somebody is trying to unwantedly dominate the entire discussion. Okay, so you have to look at that. Evaluator keeps seeing that only who tries to dominate. The points will come to those people who do not, who do not dominate. They allow everybody to speak up. Okay, they will get more points than the people who unwantedly speak. Okay, keep that in mind. And if somebody is spoiling the time because you are given a slot, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you are given a slot. If somebody is, spoiling the time inside the group discussion, what you should do is immediately, kindly excuse me that, we have 10 participants in this group and we should allow, 30 seconds, 1 minute to express, and then we can have further discussion. Two qualities, as I said, very important: assertiveness, saying as it is, and politeness, with the gentle, this thing, you should say that. Then, the group discussion falls in line. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Looks all right, Mansi?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So we'll have a quick question and answer session towards the end.
Yeah.
The students, so that they can have their queries and questions to be answered. So before we move on, so that was the last topic. We have a feedback form. I've posted it in the chat. So can we request all the students to give their feedback for us today? Take a few minutes and please fill the feedback form for us. I hope there's no difficulty in opening the sheet. Okay, so the feedback forms open, and we are happy to hear your suggestions and your comments on how the session is. And we would be really happy. We've got just 2 responses till now. Hope to see the rest of the people also filling in, the participants also filling in and sharing their feedback with us for the session today. So we also have a YouTube channel. For the link I've shared in the chat for your reference. So you can view today's session on the YouTube channel, on our channel, and also many of the following sessions that keep coming on everyday basis. Mm. So that's the channel link. Please make sure you go there, you subscribe and like it as well. You can participate in our group discussion sessions, which happen Monday to Saturday from 3 p.m. every day. and learn more tips and tricks from the mentors here with us. The students can stay back. We'll have a quick question and answer session in some time now. Narsimhan sir, can we please have the vote of thanks?
Thank you, Gauri. First of all, I would like to say thanks to Dr. Subhashini, CEO and founder of Railments Private Limited, Bangalore, for arranging this wonderful platform for the students to participate in the group discussion live. So it's a learning platform, very useful for all the students who wants to learn, practice, and learn group discussion under the mentoring of seasoned industry heads and HR heads. To make use of this facility available exclusively for the students, participate every day and learn learn the new techniques of GD under the mentorship of every day the HR heads and the industry heads from different industries. But also say thank you our beloved Mr. Raghavendra for coming back for the second time to mentoring the session, and also my colleague Gauri for hosting this event, and also the students who actively participated in the event. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you to all the